Welcome to the show. Donald Trump is now threatening Elon Musk with deportation. Yes, deportation back to South Africa. We're going to get to that. You all know that it was never really a match made in heaven when Donald Trump and Elon Musk came together. As predicted by many, it has completely exploded, imploded, I don't know. But there is now a new escalation after Elon Musk completely turned on the big, beautiful bill, because quite frankly, it's bad for Elon Musk's businesses. That's really the problem that Elon has with it. Donald Trump has now turned up the temperature even further and is threatening Elon Musk with deportation, with the loss of government contracts for his businesses. We'll get to the video, but we'll start with the text. Donald Trump with a textual element published in an unhinged post to Truth Central, where Donald Trump said, quote, Elon Musk knew long before he so strongly endorsed me for president that I was strongly against the electric vehicle mandate. It is ridiculous and was always a major part of my campaign. Electric cars are fine, but not everyone should be forced to own one. Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history by far. And without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back home to South Africa. No more rocket launches, satellites, or electric car production, and our country would save a fortune. Perhaps we should have Doge take a good, hard look at this. Big money to be saved. Now, this is not just a rant. This is a warning. This is a threat. This is Trump saying you'd better get in line or I'm going to come after you. But the funniest part of all of this is, remember when for years Trump genuinely seemed to hate electric vehicles, saying you can't go anywhere, they have no range, it takes forever to charge, they're being forced upon people like Marxists something or others. Then all of a sudden, when he was on the ins with Elon Musk, as opposed to now he's on the outs, when he was on the ins with Elon Musk, it was all great with Tesla. Tesla was awesome. Where's my Tesla clip here? Oh, whoops, that's Trump grunting. Oh, here it is.
I love Tesla.
I love Tesla. Tesla was awesome all of a sudden. And of course, at the time I told you, Trump hasn't changed his opinion about Tesla. It's that he's changed his opinion about Elon Musk. And he now wants to help Elon Musk. That's all. This is always grift and cronyism and all of it. And then, of course, now Trump's like, electric vehicles are fine, I guess, but it's not like this is so good. And without the subsidies, they would be nothing. And so we find ourselves in a situation where Trump is now, after telling us he loves Tesla, he's complaining about electric vehicle subsidies. He's bragging about the fact that he gave Elon Musk billions in subsidies during his own presidency. And it's sort of like setting your house on fire and then demanding someone else put it out. I don't know if that analogy lands perfectly. If the point is, if Donald Trump believes that all of the subsidies aren't great for the country, why did he give them to Elon Musk, or at least some of them? If Trump thinks Elon should head back to South Africa, does that mean we're back to doing the racist birther thing? Or is it only for political reasons? Now, Trump said that the EV mandates are ridiculous, but the truth is, it's really one of the few steps being taken to compete with China. Trump endlessly talks about how he wants to defeat China and be better than China and so on and so forth. If we're going to take seriously modernizing our infrastructure, and yes, fighting climate change too, but just coming into the 21st century, and if you look at the way China is doing this, we are laughably behind, forget about on trains, but also on electric vehicles. Republicans say we want energy independence, but then all of a sudden when it involves anything other than oil, they're not quite so happy. So Trump, I guess, hates mandates and subsidies, but he always ends up giving them to the rich guys who are his friends until he's no longer friends with them. And we're all still waiting for the health care plan he promised in 2020, while Trump's subsidies to his rich friends seem to continue unabated. So if you're Elon Musk, the question sort of is, was that $300 million well spent? 260 on Trump, 260 million on Trump's campaign, 25 million on the Trump-picked Supreme Court, state Supreme Court nominee in Wisconsin, 285 million plus some change. Was it worth it for Elon Musk? And then as far as Trump's threat to Elon, imagine for a moment if President Joe Biden had ever said about a private businessman, we might send him back to another country and damage his multiple businesses. If Biden had ever said that, they would have said communism. It would have been a month of content for Fox News. Trump is now saying, Elon better be careful or the subsidies might be gone. And next thing you know, he might be back in South Africa. Now, the deportation threat, looking into deportation, came a little bit after Donald Trump posted this message. Let's go to that. You know, for weeks now, discussions have focused on Trump's big, beautiful bill and its potential Medicaid cuts. However, a far more dangerous, overlooked provision in the bill exists. At ground.news/Pacman, you'll discover what MAGA lawmakers quietly included, a provision that could block federal judges from enforcing court orders unless a bond is posted. And if this passes, it could render Trump above the law. This is a critical detail. It's largely unknown, and it really exemplifies this flood the zone strategy of the Trump administration. Now, this is why ground news is essential. It really is the best way to uncover buried information by showing you not just the story, but its origins across the political spectrum. You can see bias ratings, credibility scores, coverage timelines, and their browser extension also will flag potential bias when you're on a news site, sort of guiding you to more reliable sources for fact checking. Ground News gives you a smarter and more reliable way to stay informed. I'm partnering with them to give you 40% off their unlimited Vantage plan, which makes it just $5 a month. Visit ground.news/Pacman, scan the QR code, or use the code Pacman in the app to start. The link is in the description.